been? Where have you been? Welcome to another episode of Kreative Kompany, where we visit artists in their creative spaces or studios to talk about everything mental health, self-awareness, and everything else that encompasses their artistry. So come along with me as we go visit our artists. Hey y'all, so we're here at our artist's studio. We're gonna go ahead and give them a knock and see if they are home. Oh, hey, what's going on? I'm great. We're here to see you in your studio. Of course, we're here to see you in your studio.
Okay, let's go.
All right, come on.
This is the space, all of it. Before I moved there, I used to have my painting space used to be in our apartment.
Okay, cool.
So like literally I'd have to put the cloth on the canvas on the wall and paint from there. So one of the reasons why we came here is so we have a bigger space.
Right, and it's beautiful. I love this. I love the lights. I love the couches. I love the brick walls. Everything. So
this is some of the work I'm working on for the show this fall.
Okay.
At Top of the World. So
okay. I love this. Do you have names for them? Do you have
so,
like the concept?
I don't have a name for that one yet. This one's called Colossus.
Colossus.
Yeah, and it's named after a jazz album. So I'm not sure if you could see, but if you step back a little, you could see all the musicians and their instruments kind of like morphing.
Oh, I see it.
This
Okay, people like dancing and like the.
That's a drummer right there.
Got
That's
you.
somebody singing. Somebody is singing right here. A violin, viola, another drummer right here. Upright bass.
It's kind of like, it reminds me of like, you know, when you look at clouds and you try and like imagine the shapes of the clouds. So I'm like, damn, that is somebody singing, or that is somebody playing an instrument. What was the concept, like the idea behind this?
So it's an abstract painting. A lot of my work starts off like really abstract, and for this particular one, if I'd left all the abstraction in there, this stuff would have been there, but it wouldn't have been easy to see.
Right, okay.
So what I did was I used negative space to kind of like pull out all the different things that were inside of the abstraction.
Okay, cool beans. I love that you use like the different type of colors.
Yeah.
Okay.
Back here is kind of my storage.
Okay,
so this
storage.
Is kind of my little separation. This is like not like old painting, but older paintings. So I kind of store some of the paintings in here.
So you ever like reflect on them and look back on them?
Yeah, I saw like a lot of these like I might use them as references because I try to sometimes do this really weird thing where like I try to connect all of my paintings together.
Right.
So I could go to one painting and show you how it's connected to another painting So all the paintings are kind of connected.
Got you. Okay. Yeah. Theme of the show, if you don't mind me asking.
The show is called The Third Future.
Third Future.
A self-portrait.
Okay.
So I'm trying to when people think of the future, people think of one possible future. So I'm trying to go beyond the one possible future that people know. Okay. Jump over the second future that might be possible. And I'm going to the third future that people are not really thinking about.
Right. Okay.
So I'm trying to use abstraction as a vehicle to self-portraiture. Because I always thought of abstraction as just being abstract because it's mostly abstraction and you have portraiture.
Right.
But what if abstraction could be used as a vehicle through which you could get to a picture of a person, but emotionally.
Got you. Okay, we inspired that. That was lit. That was deep.
Oh, this one is actually, this is the first, so this is kind of like the foundation of the show, right?
Okay.
This is the first painting I did in Baltimore. It's called The Long and Complicated History of America.
Okay.
And
that is a title.
Yeah.
Hey,
listen.
It's a very true title. Long and Complicated History of America.
Yeah. So this is kind of like the painting that grounds the whole series of paintings.
Gotcha.
And all of them in some form pulls from this painting.
Okay.
So whether it's jazz or dance or just movement or some kind of like mental anguish is all in this painting.
Gotcha.
So I have like actual books that I've published, like books of poetry.
Books
So I could show you
yeah,
one when we go upstairs. I could show you. But the art became a way to deal with any possible mental issue that might come up. So it's like as an outlet. So because a lot of times when I was in Jamaica growing up, people say sometimes when people are too smart, they lose their minds.
Yeah.
And it's not
a
yeah.
known fact, but
I think what happens
saying.
is if they're more connecting being smart with being stressed with having all these things
to do and to output into the world and like trying to figure it out. So I get it.
So,
okay.
Yeah, that's fun. We have a lot of art from a lot of local Baltimore artists. This is my favorite piece in our collection. This is Marjani Merriweather. Y'all know Marjani.
So good, so good. She's so good.
So yeah,
so dope.
Kenya Blue. She runs they do the what do you call it?
What is it?
Blue Light Junction.
Oh yeah, the Indigo.
Blue Light Junction. Indigo.
Okay.
Yes. This is a friend of ours, M. She's the partner of one of the owners of Tokyo Underground.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
So that's our work. And we put this here because
they all blue.
They speak to each other.
They do.
Yeah.
That's so intentional.
Yeah.
I love this.
And this is one of my favorite people in Baltimore. This is Melissa Sutherland Moss. Amazing work. Yeah.
I love it. I love this.
And there goes L'Oreal. L'Oreal, say hi.
Oh,
yeah.
Stay here doing work. Are you doing work? Are we interrupting?
I am, but
we here. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
So this is Ernest Shaw.
Oh yeah, see, because I always notice his Ernest work from like his face and like the artwork of the face and stuff like that, like the African like type mask.
Yeah.
Oh, it's beautiful.
This is like different than most of his other work. That's kind of why I love it too. It's kind of loose. It gives me a kind of abstract feel too.
I love that you have other people's like artwork in here along with your own.
Oh no, like I wish I could have all other people's work in here, but we have to like this one is my work, but like I have to have my work here because I can't really afford somebody else's work this big. That's Taj Paske. Yeah, he just graduated from MICA.
Oh wow! Congratulations to him.
He graduated from the grad program.
Really?
Was it grad? Yeah, MFA. Yeah,
that's
grad program at MICA.
Dope. I like this.
That is working here too. This is Just Roll. He does sculpture. So this is one of the sculptures that he did, and he kind of like do these installations all over Baltimore.
Okay, I think I've seen this before.
And this right here
is your book talent.
Is L'Oreal's art installation.
Yes, I love it. Yeah. I was telling him, I was like, I like it. Looked like you just put one book there and was like, okay, I'm gonna put another one right here. Yeah, just keep building. I'm gonna get another book. Have you read most of them? Or?
They are the Tweet Mine and
collection.
Yeah. Okay, cool beans.
Yeah.
Oh.
So you can literally see where each person is. So this is the Supreme Court, Shaw's Law. This is all L'Oreal, because L'Oreal went to Georgetown Law.
Oh, really?
Shakespeare is me. Barack Obama's dreams. Marcus Garvey's me also.
Oh yes.
So
it's
we
like
have
a collection of like all of y'all
all our
mixed
different
in
books
together.
mixed in here.
This is so beautiful. I like this. I might do this in my house. I'm not gonna lie. I just might.
Go ahead.
I just might. Like, it's just like you put a whole bunch of books and they're like, okay, well, it looks so organized as well. Oh, and I know this is.
This is Villager.
Yes.
Yeah.
I seen that he had. It was another one. It was black, but or they had another one. It was a black. Something. It was another piece, kind of like this. It was similar. It was something. It's something adjacent. But yes. Oh my God.
This is early. Is early work.
Yeah, early. I was gonna say I was seeing seeing their early work so much. Like I definitely seen the transition and the progress of that. So this is beautiful.
It's like one of my favorite pieces.
Yes, it's so good.
Then
that's your sleeping
right
space.
Here. That's our sleeping space. But that is Lisa Brown. She's a photographer from DC. This is actually the first in-store work we traded in Baltimore.
I love that.
And we've had really good connections. She's always sharing information with us, connecting us with other artists and stuff like that.
Cool beans. Yeah. Oh wow, Ainsley, this is a beautiful space. Thank you so much. So, if you're ready, I'm ready to ask you a few questions. You can sit down,
let's go.
ask them.
Sure.
And we'll be good to go.
I don't know where you want to sit. You can sit.
It doesn't matter. We'll figure it out.
Okay. All right.
So Ainsley, thank you so much for having us in your space, showing us around, giving a description of everything inside your space. So I have a few questions for you. So my first question is, having such a vast experience in multiple mediums, because I read a little bit of your bio, said poet, author, artist. I'm like, hold on, you do it all. It's evident that you are active in the art of freely creating and just doing it without fear. I wanted to ask, what fuels the ambition to flow through different mediums with such confidence and zeal, and what helps you maintain the will to continue that?
What fuels the ambition?
Yeah.
The fuel, the basis fuel, is my fear of losing my mind.
Okay.
So I gotta keep my brain occupied. I gotta do stuff. I gotta, not on a kind of to distract myself, but more I have so many ideas and so many things that I think about, and I want to get them done. So I'm I'll be sitting here, I'm oh, I want to write a novel, and I could just not write a novel, or I could write a novel.
Right.
So I'll just write it. Yeah. And I've done this for a long time. So over time, you develop the skills and the time and the technique. I'm not saying, I want to write a novel, and I'm gonna get a novel right the first time out. You do it you write 4 or 5, that's terrible. And you just keep doing it.
It's the exercise. And I appreciate that you said that, because I know a lot of times as creatives and as artists, we tend to think okay, this is the hitting, the one that's going to hit, maybe it's going to miss, but then also it's the exercising of it. I did this once, okay, I got to do it again. I think some people lose that. I did it once, I don't need to revisit it no more. It's no.
I'm the total opposite. Yeah. I get totally obsessed with stuff. So my goal is to see how bad I could do something for as long as I can, because once I get all the bad stuff out of the way, then the good stuff will show up.
That's beautiful.
So in anything I go into, I'm okay, I'm willing for it to go bad, and if it goes bad, it's okay, that's one step closer to it being good. So
that's beautiful.
That's a part of why I create. I do different mediums because I learned more about, when I was a writer, I learned more about writing by going to see art at galleries and museums and stuff like that. I learned more about writing by listening to music. So I figure if I do other mediums, it'll inform the other, all the mediums inform each other.
And be able to feed all of them equally, not just okay, I'm just doing this. Yes. It's just this, and I'm hyper focused on that. It's no, okay, I could dabble in different things and pull things from that to also nurture the other things. Oh, I love that. I need to look. I'm gonna go ahead and now I'm thinking about writing a novel. Hold on now. I'm about to be a writer and a poet. So knowing that you create spaces with the art soiree, I saw. Get me wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. But if y'all started when did y'all start the art soiree?
The art soiree was started in 2022.
2022.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's 2022.
2022.
I think yes, 2022.
2022. And then also the Sweet Spot.
Sweet Spot was
2006.
2006.
Yes, I seen that. I said, wait a minute.
So when we tell people that, they're hold up. All right, so if it's 2006, hold up, 2000? You sure? You mean 2016?
No, right. Everybody's mixing it up.
No, it's 2006.
2006. I had read that. I was wait a minute. This has been going on for a while.
Yeah, so that's that obsession, right? So it started in New York at New York Weekend. We were only just on the show in New York. We used to do it once, once a year for 3 years, and then
once a year for 3 years.
So from 2006 to 2009, it was only once a year.
Okay, it was an annual thing.
Yes, okay. And then in 2009, we started doing quarterly in New York, and it got really, really big. When I mean, like, we had like 800 people showing up for the show. People coming from California, from Miami, from Boston, coming to see the show, and we're like, oh shoot, this is crazy. And then we was like, okay, what if we did a show in California? Because California is the furthest distance from New York. Yeah. So I'm like, if we could make a successful show in California, then we could do a show anywhere in between. We did a show in California. It took probably 3-4 shows. And then it got like really popular there. So we're doing 2 shows in one night. And this is like way before everybody you see doing burlesque and we was kind of out there by ourselves.
In our own lane of beauty.
Yeah, and it got to a point where we were doing 32 shows every 3 months.
Dang.
So from January to March, we'll do 32 shows. Then the next from April, May, June, we'll do the same thing. And we did that for a while. So it got really popular. We've been in 41 cities since we started the show. Pandemic kind of destroyed our entire company because we've been doing shows for 2 years, but we kind of
build up a community.
We're coming back.
Yeah.
You was at the show in Baltimore.
Let me tell you something. I thoroughly enjoyed myself. First of all, coming here for the art soiree, I was like, oh, this is beautiful. And like I was telling you, I was like, y'all got people in your house, but it speaks to a different, higher volume of like community, like embracing community, like the people that you have called into this space are respectful of your space, of your wife's space. Like y'all are in here and we're having a good time, we're connecting, we're being ourselves, and I think that's such an honorable thing to do back towards community. And then also at the sweet spot. Let me tell you something. Speak on it. I had me a ball when you said what happens at the sweet spot. I was gonna say stays at the sweet. You said no, tell everybody. Tell everybody. I said, you know what, I sure am. But no, I love the entertainment pieces. I love the informational pieces, just on just the senses and just making sure that people find themselves a little bit more in those spaces. Because, sometimes the burlesque or the pole dancing or the BDSM or whatever the case may be, some people think of it as taboo. And I think that's so far-fetched because we are adults. We do have different ways of expressing ourselves and also like sensuality and making sure that we are in tune with ourselves. And I think it's beautiful that you have created like a space for people to be okay with that, with just enthusiasm and just, well, maybe I might get enthusiastic consent. And that's my biggest thing. Like they just love just being there and seeing it and witnessing it, and I think that's just so beautiful.
I appreciate you saying that.
I know, for real. I love it. Listen, how has being a host for these experiences impacted you?
I think it is just from doing this kind of work, and people think it's random. None of it is random. We think about all of it. We think about how we want people to come into the space, how we want them to feel, what we want them, the people we want them to meet, the sounds we want them to hear, the colors, like everything that we have in everything we do, we've thought about probably 99% of it. Because we want to make sure when you come into the spaces we create, like you feel at home. It's like, oh, this is my crib.
Like
when you walk in here,
comfortable to take off my shoes.
When you come to the soiree, you feel like I'm not at a strange place. Like it's cool. All the people are like every part of it we think about, and we do that on purpose because we get one life. And I don't want to be the cause of somebody losing 3, 4, 5 hours missing in their life because they went to something that I didn't intentionally think about. How do I want you to feel in this space, to be in this space? It's just like, and it's not that difficult because it's just like what it teaches us is that you have to be mindful of what you're inviting people to. So we on purpose want to make sure whenever anybody come in our space or hang out with us, it's like it's a good time.
Mm-hmm.
And that's so people all right, so even the sweet spot, people think of the sweet spot and they think it's an erotica show, right?
Mm-hmm.
Erotica is just a small part of it.
Yeah.
What we actually are about is fun.
Yeah.
So people come there, they're like, oh, I had so much fun, and you forget that it was a burlesque show, right?
Yeah.
So it's just, so that's what, even with the soiree, our goal is for people to come and have fun.
Yeah.
Because we grow up and we forget that fun is a part of life. Also.
Yeah, and the joy that I see too. I remember looking at your page, just doing an overview, like, okay, all right, I'd like to see what he got going on with, what he's creating. And I'm looking at all these pictures, everybody's smiling. It's a good time.
Yeah,
it's a really good time. And I'm like, okay, the joy that comes along with that, and also just being in presence of that. I was like, damn, this really is a wonderful time. I'm gonna come back. So, how do you feel being the link for that? How does that make you feel? Like, what responsibilities do you think that you have, being the link for people to come and be themselves? Providing that space.
It's funny. We've been doing events for a long time, and after a while, it doesn't feel like events anymore. So it's just something that we do, and it feels good to know that we could provide that experience, that space for people. It feels good to contribute, and I've been a part of a lot of communities, and I've seen other people create this kind of space, and I just want to do my part in making sure
Say you and your wife L'Oreal. Shout out to L'Oreal.
Yeah, shout out to L'Oreal.
Wonderful. So being a creative.
This is water, by the way.
Oh, yes, you had to make sure that was
clear.
This is water. This is water. I mean, look.
I couldn't be drinking alcohol like that. Yeah.
So being a creative in the community for a longer time, I know that you have seen triumphs and trials and tribulations of that matter.
A lot of trials, a lot of tribulations.
Yes, recent triumph though.
But more triumphs.
Right. Hello, and we're gonna speak on that. A recent triumph was you being one of the winners for the summer in residence at MICA, JJC at MICA.
Yeah.
What evidence are you able to extend to emerging artists or active artists about the mental preparation of being?
What kind of advice?
Yeah, what kind of advice?
Advice, right? So what happens a lot of times in life is this: people see the triumphs, right? But I've submitted to a lot of things that I didn't get, and it's just don't give up. Just keep submitting, keep getting your name out there. You're not gonna get chosen for everything.
Yeah. It's
not personal. It's just that it wasn't your day.
Yeah.
And when your day comes, you just enjoy it and make the most of the situation. Cause it's a lot of people out there, and some things other people win, and some things you'll win, and the ones that you win,
they're yours.
You lean in,
right?
You lean in.
You lean in. I like that. What you did.
Yeah, you lean in. Yeah.
What has did you have to mentally prepare yourself, being as an artist? Did you have to mentally prepare yourself, with showing your work or showcasing your art and things of that nature?
You mean
or just
anything?
Medium, any medium.
Oh,
did you have to mentally prepare to be okay, right, maybe people going to really mess with this, or maybe not really going to resonate with them? I don't know. What did the mental preparation look like for you?
For me, it's kind of weird, because I'm always in some kind of community, right? So a lot of artists might be I don't want to share my work. For me, I'm always I want to share my work, and it doesn't have to be the art people or any particular people. I share my work because I need feedback.
Okay.
And the feedback tells me what to do next.
That's
or
very
how to
courageous.
Improve, because it's information, right?
Yeah.
And I need the bad news.
Yeah, that's why I said it's very
more
courageous.
Than I need the good news.
Because a lot of people don't like feedback. Some people here it is, that's it. Whatever case may be, to lean in and to be so what you think about it?
Yeah, no, I need.
That.
Matter of fact, I actually want the people that do not like me to tell me what they think about my work.
Really?
Because they're more honest. one of the things that I try to avoid is a friend group around the art I create.
Okay.
I want to ask people that don't know me or have people think about your work blind, that they don't know it's your work.
And they'll be like, oh.
And they'll be honest, because what happens is it's that feedback that'll make you better.
Right.
So like one of my best friends to this day, because I started out as a writer and I used to write a lot of heady stuff that's up here. And one day I was like, yo, tell me what you think. People love it. I love it, bro. It's great. And one day he said to me, I said, tell me what you think. And he read I read this whole book of poetry, and he read it, and he came back to me. He's like, it's all right.
Oh, all right.
He's like, a lot of it is like, it's gonna go over people's heads, and that's cool. But like, if you want to make a difference in the world, you have to make art that connects with people. You have to make art that resonate with people. So you could do the heady stuff, but somewhere in there, you have to find a way to come back down to earth.
Absolutely.
And connect with people. And I was like, oh.
Okay. Do you really take those things into consideration, or they just like grain of salt type of information? Like, is it like, oh, I just take it and okay.
I take all of it into consideration and process all of it and see how it could help me be a better artist.
Gotcha.
Because it's like having a whole community, like basically being like your advisor. Yeah. It's better than you trying to do it by yourself.
Oh, yeah.
So
I appreciate that about you, yeah. Because a lot of people don't like criticism. They're like, okay, they don't know what you're talking about. They don't whatever, but at least to hear from an audience that's not.
I will say though, part of me is going to be a little bit hurtful, a little bit.
I know. It's just your baby. You're showcasing your baby. Like,
but over time, you stop taking it so like, you know?
Yeah, I had to get used to that because some people are like, yeah, your voice and the way that you're animated. I'm like, oh God, oh no. But then at the same time, it's kind of like, I don't care.
Yeah.
I'll take it and I'll be like, dang. But at the same time, it's like, okay, I know that they're saying it just because they want to see, something else that is in me and, how I navigate my artistry or just creativity stuff. Yep. So I have my last question for you. Okay. Your experience, your artistic expressions, and spaces that you curate all speak to how multifaceted and talented you are. Your energy, your personality is alluring. Come on now, because at first when I first met you, I'm like, oh, he is off this is my type of guy. Like I love this. And it just speaks a lot of value. I just want to say thank you for being that, because a lot of times we come into, especially in the creative space or artistic spaces, some people act too cool, act like, oh, this is mysterious and whatever, and it's lively and it's contagious, and I really do appreciate you being like true to yourself in that way. What was the process? Because I feel like you authentically living your truth. What was the process of finding the wave of living authentically, you just being yourself?
So to be honest, a big part of it is I might have a little bit of inability to stay still.
Okay.
Since I was a kid.
I got you.
Since I was a kid, it's not like I'm just like working on being like this.
Around the room, yeah.
No, that's just how I am, So, and growing up and being in school, it was a problem. Your teachers like, hey, no.
I don't say my teacher told my mother, they was like, hey, we might have to sit down.
All this stuff. But then it's like, you have to take your weaknesses and turn them into strengths. And I was just hanging out with the wrong people. Teachers is not the people to hang out with when you're a kid. You can't stay still. You gotta,
not my fault.
You gotta hang out with people that's on the same wavelength you're on, right?
Exactly.
So, and it works. That kind of person works for what we do. So it's just I always have energy since I was a kid. I don't sleep many hours. I know they say you should get this much sleep and blah, 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 blah.
I get 6 by 5.
Yeah. And I'm just like, you know what? I'm going to use it to my advantage. I have the energy. If I can't sleep, I'll make art. If I'm in a room and I'll connect with people. So it's not like something I work on. It's just there, and I just use it to my advantage. And it's helped me be a better person and helped me be a better artist. Yeah.
That's beautiful. I was gonna Yeah, I find myself kind of, I have the same type of energy, but I've noticed that I've had to calm myself down in situations.
Why?
Only in situations because it gets a little like a little
loud.
loud. It gets louder than usual. And I'm like, okay, wait, no, I've learned the skill of like exercise of maintaining it, but also like reverting it into different ways and just seeing you do it. I'm like, huh.
Oh,
I can do this in a different way and still be, as expressive, as vocal, as lively.
Yeah.
But again, Ainsley, thank you so much for inviting us.
Yes,
you did some Thank you so much.
I appreciate you. I appreciate you.
Just want to give you kudos again, your flowers again.
Oh, thank you, man.
Just for just being a pinnacle, just being a point of reference in the art world, the creative world, and having people feel comfortable to not only just roam about, in your space, but also be themselves and find things in themselves, and even take little things from that. Because I'm telling you, at the show, I was like, you know what? I might go ahead and try this touch sensory thing going on.
Did you talk to her?
No, I didn't get the chance to.
What?
But I did.
But we can connect you with her if you want. I'll connect you with her.
I would love to do that. But thank you so much again. And we are going to scoot our way up your space. Maybe get another glass of water.
Yeah, definitely.
Thank you so much.
Cheers.
Of our artists, we gotta go re-roll it.
I would say the people at Bird.
At Bird? Oh, at our house? Bird is huge. That's a new one.
I think Bird has the best chicken sandwich out of all the fast food places.
You again. I'm back. I forgot what I was gonna say. If I could go back.
L'Oreal. They go Gloria. We're like,
I thought I was gonna start playing around like L'Oreal, like the brand. No.
Yeah.
Would it be able to be big? You can fit, adjust it,